Good day, gamers! It's been a while since my last upload, so why not start uploading again with a game review? So lately I've been kinda down and depressed, and Celeste was the one that helped me cope up with it. This game is about a girl named Madeline who is so inclined in climbing a mountain called Celeste. It is a 2D platformer game that has tight controls, gameplay, its story and soundtrack that keeps you hyped throughout your playthrough. And I must say, the gameplay is hella fun. Controls are pretty basic. You can jump, dash, and climb walls. Despite of the controls being easy to follow, the game challenges you and manages to keep it fun at the same time. If I ain't fucking dying a lot. Every level introduces new things to the player, which makes it fun and challenging at the same time, and keeps it fresh. There are also collectibles like strawberries, which varies from a winged one, where you have to get it without dashing, a golden one which is unlocked later at endgame, basically doing a no-death run, but they don't actually do much in the game. They're just collectibles for bragging and shit. Oh, and there's this shit-ass golden winged berry after finishing the first chapter without dashing, so good luck in doing that, mate. Next are the hearts. Now, levels are divided into 3 parts. Per chapter, there are A-sides, which are the main story levels, then there are B-sides, unlocked by getting the cassette tapes, and the C-sides, which is unlocked after beating chapter 8 or course B-side. Finishing B-side gives you a red heart, whilst finding these kinda Easter eggs in each A-side gives you blue hearts or crystal hearts. While they may be useless at first, it turns out that you need to collect these hearts in order to play the core or chapter 8 of the game. On a side note though, while strawberries are just collectibles, they actually challenges you to be better in the game. Moving on to the plot. So, spoilers, it starts from a girl named Madeline wanting to climb the Celeste mountain. As she climbs her way up the mountain, things start to become more chaotic, causing more challenges to the protagonist herself. Then she meets another climber called kewl, and a part of herself which is kind of an ass but actually helps her in some way to accept reality, named Madeline. It's in the wiki, so despite being underestimated by her other self, Madeline kept on climbing the mountain as everything is as seemingly explained by Granny, and upon realizing it in herself, the mountain is not a simple mountain to begin with. The abnormalities during her climb was actually caused by themselves, meaning Madeline and Theo were fighting themselves, exaggerated by the mountain. As they were about to reach the summit, Madeline fell down due to her confrontation to Madeline, her other self, but just named her that since the wiki says so. Then, after confronting Madeline and finally accepting her, they climbed their way up from the bottom, starting from scratch and into the peak of the summit, where they were welcomed by a great overlook view. Now, after beating the story part of the game, I said to myself, why not finish the game and try 100% completion? And oh boy, I conquered the B-sides, then reaching the core, beating it and its B-side as well, then proceeded to the C-sides. Fucking piece of shit! I actually had hours of aggravating deaths throughout these parts, but I somehow manageably finished them. However, you actually need to be perfect in these levels as they give limited actions to the player, making them do perfectly timed movements to actually finish these levels. I actually finished the game, collected all the berries except for all the golden ones or no death runs in some levels because those are bullshits. And I actually felt good about myself after hours and hours of playing this masterpiece of a game. Then, the fire mission attack. At first I was glad that it wasn't over and the DLC was free, so why the hell not? Hearing from the devs that this chapter will be much harder than the previous ones made me chuckle for a little bit. And was I wrong to underestimate it? This chapter has over 100 levels and some were intensely hard. It is recommended to beat the game until the seasides in order to play this chapter, as it is a huge help in finishing it. Of course, new things are introduced. Also, this is more of an epilogue to the story where Granny dies of age and Madeline having her anxiety attacks again, which then turns out that Madeline didn't visit her funeral and is somewhat blaming herself, having these delusions and ignoring the fact that Granny really died, which all took place in her own dreams. This shit-ass jelly fucking fish was a piece of fucking shit. I fucking hate it so much. It actually took me more time to finish this chapter than the previous ones. It still is fun though, as wall jumping and wave dashing is actually greatly used in this chapter. And finally, as I reached the final level of the chapter, which was hella long, I tell you. I finally beat it after having tons of retries and deaths. Then, even further excelled myself by getting the moonberry, which you can get through after beating the final level and going to the left side with small platforms instead of grabbing the bird where it reaches to a harder level. But this time you actually have to bring this fucking jellyfish all the way up to the end of the level. Thankfully, you don't have to repeat the whole level part, as there is a checkpoint in this level. Getting the moonberry doesn't affect the ending though, as they have the same one. It's the canon. Thankfully, you don't have to repeat the whole level part, as there is a checkpoint on this level. Getting the moonberry doesn't affect the ending though, as they have the same one. So in conclusion, after beating this awesome game, dying thousands of fucking times, getting frustrated by how dumb I am in games, even getting all the achievements in Steam, everyone side. Of course, I recommend you to play this damn game. This was a great 2D platforming game, and to me it was near to perfection, if not yet. Everything was a great experience overall, even the mood of the soundtracks, which keeps you going, feeling your frustration as you try your best to finish these levels. I rate this game a wow out of a golden berry. I still play this game every once or twice in a while since it doesn't lose its beauty to me. Now, it's your turn to play this game, Bungo. See ya everyone, until next year for another vid. Heh, just kidding of course, it's actually my birthday today, so yay! And I thought of uploading more frequently now, so I guess sub for more shittest content. Lastly, thanks for watching and stay minty in this pandemic. Sarabada!